Hey guys, I'm back, and today I'm going to be doing a summer wrap-up. Okay, so this summer I read 5 books, which is actually really good for me considering before this summer it would take me like a year to read a book. So I'm actually really proud of myself, and let's get started. So first I read this book. I actually don't know how to say it because the book is actually translated from French, so the title is still in French, and I don't know how to say it, but it's just that by Irene. I don't want to mess up these names, so I'm not even gonna try it. I read this book, and first I saw the movie, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, like I have to read the book. So I read it, and this book actually has 2 parts. Okay, so the first part is the title of the book, and then the second part is Dulce. I think that's how you say it. That's how you say it in Spanish. But yeah. So this book, I rated it about, okay, so the first part I didn't like at all. Like it followed like 5 families, and each chapter was a different family, and they all kind of intertwined, not really. And like some of these families were like really big rich families, so that they had kids and servants, and it was actually really hard to memorize or know all of the characters. So that part was really hard, but the second part I really enjoyed. It's about I'm gonna think about this. Okay, so it's about the Germans invading France because all this takes place in France. So the first part is like everyone kind of leaving their homes and just like finding better place to live. And then the second part is actually follows only like 1 or 2 families. It's much easier to know everyone. And they are the same families from the first beginning, from the first book. But now it just like kind of shows them individually now. And Germans are now occupying their town. So now they have to like be quartering soldiers, and it's about this one girl named Lucille, and she lives with her mother-in-law, and her husband is actually a prisoner of war. And so her mother-in-law is like, you do not talk to him, because they are one of the more wealthier families in the town, so of course they're gonna have a soldier. So her mother-in-law is like, don't talk to him, like don't look at him. He is the reason why your husband's not here. Like she is very don't talk to him. But Lucille is like, she's not gonna go out of her way to talk to him, but if he's talking to her, then she's gonna be nice and talk back. And then she realizes that her marriage wasn't like real because some stuff is happening. I don't want to spoil it, but it actually ends up being a really good story, and I wish there was more romance, but I'll take what I can get. Okay, so next I read After by Anna Todd, and I saw the movie before reading this book. And the movie was freaking amazing. And so I had very high hopes for the book. And the book and the movie aren't really alike. There's many more scenes that happen in the book that don't happen in the movie, which should have happened in the movie. It's not like, oh, those scenes that, oh, it doesn't really matter, but in the book it really did. So that kind of made me mad. Other than that, I really liked it. I'd rate this like 4 or 5 stars. It was really good. I love this book. I read it actually kind of fast, and oh, so good. This book follows our main character, Tessa, and she is a freshman in college. She has a nice, stable home back home. Her mom is very supportive, and she has a good boyfriend, but he's still in high school. So when Tessa meets her new roommate, Steph, her mom goes crazy because it's the opposite of Tessa. Tessa's very conservative, very getting her work done. She's very, and Steph is a party girl, and they become friends, and Steph's friend Hardin actually starts coming around their dorm, and their relationship kind of goes from there. And so of course doesn't work out with her high school boyfriend, and that was actually kind of sad. But and their relationship isn't what you think it is. So it was crazy. It had some crazy plot twists, and I just loved it, and it made you like gasp, and it was crazy that this even happened. Now, next, I ended up reading the second book in the series, After We Collided, and this book was insane. It was so much back and forth, and nothing happened in this book, but also so much happened, and they're an emotional roller coaster, and it made me feel like I was going crazy. But then I was like, I couldn't stop reading it. Like, it was a good book, drove me crazy, but such a really good book. I'd probably rate this one like 3 or 4 stars. Not as good as the first book, but definitely pretty good. I'm going to read the third book soon. That'll probably be in my fall wrap up. But this whole series drives me insane, but I love it. Like, I can't stop reading it. Like, I'm so invested in these characters. Yeah, Next, I read House at 758 by Catherine Merla. And this book, y'all, is super short. It's such a light read, but it was so good. Like, okay, so this follows our main character, Krista, and Krista's mother just died in a car accident. And her father's already moved on. He already has a new girlfriend, and she has kids, and Krista's just not ready for that yet. So, but then she meets Jake, and Jake is just perfect, and she keeps shutting him out because she doesn't feel like she's worthy of love, which she's absolutely worthy of love because she's so wholesome, and I love her. Anyway, while she's like pushing Jake away, her grandfather comes into town from Venezuela and kind of shares his stories from being in the Holocaust, because he was in the Holocaust. He's a Holocaust survivor. So by hearing his stories, Krista begins to let go of her grief and is finally moving on. And it is such a good book. I recommend it to everyone. Like, it's about like moving on and just about like overcoming, and it's so good. I checked it out from the library, but it's so good, so good. Lastly, there's 2 books inside. So it actually has Picture Perfect and Wish You Were Here. I read Picture Perfect. I haven't read Wish You Were Here yet, but I read Picture Perfect by Catherine Clark. And this book follows our main character, what's her name? Emily. And Emily's parents, her parents' friends have like all known each other since college. So every couple years they always go on like a reunion vacation type of thing. So they haven't seen each other in 2 years, and of course their friends have kids. So Emily are friends with their kids. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? So, but they haven't seen each other in 2 years, and last time they saw each other, Emily confessed her feelings to another one of the sons, Spencer. And Spencer did not reciprocate the feelings. And so Emily is really hurt and actually really nervous to see Spencer again, because she wouldn't know if he remembered that. Emily and Heather, one of the other daughters, actually has an idea to get a summer fling because they're going into college in a couple of months. So they want to have a summer fling, and so she meets this guy named Blake, and everything's super good till it turns out he wants multiple flings. So then, old feelings come up and some magic happens. This book, the ending was stretched out. It shouldn't have been. It took way too long to wrap up. And when it did wrap up, I was satisfied with it. Like, that could have been out of there. But other than that, it was pretty good, I don't know if I would read it again, because it's very predictable. But I say it's about a 3-star book. So that is all the books I read this summer. I already finished a couple books for my fall wrap up, and I cannot wait to share that with you guys. And I hope y'all don't mind all my reading videos, but I love it, and I will be doing some of my other normal videos. School is back in session now, so I don't know how often I'll be posting or what content I'll be posting, but I will try to have something up as often as I can. But yeah, that's it for today, and I love you guys so much. Bye.
Thank you.